$2,512.80 for this. I spent $375.
This is what I got. And
Yeah?
I got something else. Yeah, some mushrooms.
Some Pinterest for that, and I've got this and that, and she's got all these, and so she's been trying to teach me. Welcome to the vlog. It's Friday. I have to go get my prescription, but we're gonna stop at the Goodwill because it's right by Walmart, so. I'm trying to get you guys to balance. You guys are on 2 water bottles and a roll of ribbon to make sure you were tall enough or high enough. Or you ate popcorn, so kind of like fighting kernels. So it's Friday night. It is 9:20. I'm gonna go to bed in probably an hour-ish, maybe sooner. It just depends. I'm working on ribbon trim, so I finished one already, and I really should finish the shirt for that. But to be honest with you, I don't know. This week, I haven't had a lot of, I won't say motivation. It's like I just didn't feel like it. You know what I mean? As in, like, to work. Like, I just didn't have it in me to really, I guess it would be kind of motivation to work on stuff. But anyway, I wanted to share just a couple things with you guys. Sorry, I thought my phone went off. First of all, you guys, so you guys know I have eczema, and I have been trying to get this cream. Just making sure it's not showing my prescription and stuff. For a while. So let me tell you the story with this cream. So you guys know I go to the dermatologist, I go to an allergist, and you know. I've been going to the dermatologist for probably the past, what, 6 years or more? Has to be longer now. 7 years? Maybe it is 7 years? Gosh. I think I've been going, I know I was going before 2020, because of COVID, and during that time I was on can't think of what it's called. The stuff that lowers your immune system so that your body, because this is what they said, this was a autoimmune disorder, so they lowered my immune system so I'd stop breaking out. I have 2 different types of eczema. So I can't remember the names of them, but there's, like, you know, different types of eczema. I have the kind where you get the itchy rash, you know, and then I get the kind where I get the bubbles that are under my skin on my fingertips, and then they split open and they make cracks, and they, like, are so sore and, like, bleed sometimes, and, like, I can't pick anything up, and my skin will, like, pop open, like, if I, you know, put some pressure, like picking up, for instance, if I pick up the big bag of cat litter, and, you know, there, depending on what stage it's in, it might pop it open and it'll just split open and start bleeding. I know, fun stuff, right? So, yeah, so I've been going to the dermatologist for a long time, and they had me on different medicines and so many different creams I have tried, and I'm on, sorry, brain malfunction, Eucrisa, I think. So she tried me on this Apazura, this cream. She gave me a sample and she's like, this will work for you, I know it will, blah blah blah. And I tried it and it just didn't feel like it did anything for me. And so she was like, did that work out? I was like, no. She's like, okay, we'll try you on this cream, which was the Eucrisa. And the Eucrisa was more of an ointment, so it was greasy. And it worked really good when my fingers were cracking. During the cracking stages, it worked really good. And so I was like, yes, that works really good. She's like, okay, we'll go ahead and get you a prescription for that and get that in. Well, insurance threw it out. And so she was like, we'll just, you know, have to try to keep you stocked in samples. So the last time I went, she gave me like a box of the samples. And so, meantime, I went to my allergist, right? And he was like, try this Aplazura, right? And he was like, if you like Eucrisa, if that's really working for you, this will work better because this is like the next tier up. And so I was like, okay, but not realizing that it was the same stuff that I had tried before from the dermatologist. And so he was like, you just got to use a little bit and da da da. He's like, it especially helps like during the itching where the bubbles come up and it itches really bad. It takes the itching away. So I remember him saying that. So then when I started to break out, I put it on while it was itching, and within probably minutes the itching went away. I was like, okay, this is, you know. And so I don't think I probably gave it a fair enough shot when I tried it the first time. And so I was like, yeah, you know, it seemed to really work because he gave me a sample. So I had his sample, and then I had 2 more sample tubes that I had left over from the dermatologist. So I used that for a while, and then I liked it. And so he said, okay, well, you have to get this cream, and I don't remember what cream it is. It's upstairs. I think it starts with a P. This cream first, and after you get this cream, then you can get, because it has to be approved by insurance. He's like, you can get this cream. And so I'm like, okay. So I went, and they're like, oh, it has to be the other cream, the one that starts with a P, which is upstairs, had to be approved by insurance as well. There's a gnat, you guys. Gnats. I noticed there was one upstairs. Maybe he followed me down here. Anyway, so that got approved. So this is probably this has been ongoing. I've been trying to get this cream since probably December, sometime in December. So finally got that at the beginning of January, I think, the other cream. And so I had to wait a couple weeks and then call them so they could get the ball rolling on this. But I kind of waited like a month or more. And so I called, and I was like, yeah, I was supposed to call to get the prescription for the Apazura, well, I don't know how you say it. Anyway. And so they're like, okay. Well, they call me back and they're, all right, we called it in for you. I'm like, okay. So I go there and they're like, oh, we don't have no prescription for you. So I'm like, okay. And then I'm thinking it probably got pushed out by insurance, and so they got it. And sure enough, later on, probably a week, 2 weeks later, I get a call from the insurance, and they're like, just to let you know that, you know, this was denied for the Aplazura or whatever. And I'm like, okay. She's like, but your doctor can, you know, send over the proper information and we can make another decision on it. So, and then the allergist called and said, we got that approved for you. They left a voicemail, and I'm like, okay, great. So I go to the pharmacy and I'm like, this got approved for me. And they're like, we don't see anything. What? We don't see anything. I'm like, okay. So then I waited a week, and then the letter came saying that it was approved, and I'm like, okay. And then when Aunt T was here, I got a phone call from a really weird number. I didn't answer it, and they left a voicemail saying they were some kind of pharmacy, and they got a prescription from this doctor that isn't my doctor, right? And I'm like, probably a scam. I don't know who this is. Well, it turns out they did have my prescription. And I don't know why it even has it on this label, the doctor's name. So it's not the doctor I use. There's the gnat again. Anyway, so I got this cream. I got 3 refills on it. So, and so far I've used it twice today. I can totally tell a difference. And so, and you don't need that much, and that's one thing. He was like, you just need a tiny bit and just put it on wherever you have, you know, the splits and stuff. So, but you guys, so this is a big tube. And so I was looking on the paper, and I was like, because I'm always nosy, I want to know how much these prescriptions cost. It's covered by my insurance, so I didn't have to pay anything. But it said it would have cost, hold up, I sent pictures to all my friends. Because I was like in shock myself. That is crazy. There's a gnat again. Did I get him? Nope. $2,512.80 for this. For this. $2,512.80. Tell me something is not wrong with prescriptions, and like, there should be no reason that one little tube of stuff would cost $2,500. $2,500. Like, that is absurd. Like, if you didn't have insurance, you'd have to pay $2,500. I'm gonna be like, nope, sorry. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. And yeah. So I've been working on ribbon trims. I am making 3 of them. And I already made one, so total 4. I talked to Danny this afternoon, and while I was talking to her, I was working on these. We just ended up having ham and cheese, like a grilled ham and cheese. So we do this, you know, we've been doing this. This is probably our 3rd time doing it, where we buy the sliced ham, the fully cooked sliced ham from the store, and we just fry it in a pan. And then after I fry it, I make a grilled ham and cheese with it. So I grill the grilled cheese and then add the ham, and you know, they're just so good. And so that's what we ended up having, and it's kind of funny because we already had that for dinner, like, what, 3 nights ago? I think we had it Tuesday, maybe Tuesday. Anyway, but I was like, we have the leftover ham. It was supposed to be like a ham dinner, like we were going to use it because it's just for us. So we was going to use it and have, like, what's wrong with that? Have ham and cheese, the sandwiches, and then have ham with like mashed potatoes and green beans. So and my husband's like, ooh, I can just go for another one of those sandwiches. So that's what we had. And so we're gonna have Mississippi pot roast for Sunday dinner. And I've got Jello, so I think I'm just gonna have the Jello for dessert unless I end up picking up something else. Sorry if that's vibrating, you guys. It's really dangerous of me to be doing this while you get sitting on 2 water bottles and a roll of ribbon. But I'm thinking, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We lately haven't been really doing anything, keeping it kind of low key. If we do go anywhere, it's usually just to the thrift stores in town. But my husband hasn't said anything about going anywhere, which is fine with me. I do want to work on some new samples, and then I got some stuff for my new business that I need to work on, and I am not going to share that with you guys. I'm not trying to be mean or rude or anything, but you know, some things I don't share everything with you guys. But you know, maybe at another date, another time, I will. And yeah, so that's it in a nutshell. And I'm just hoping the new business will take off. And yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog. It's probably going to be 2 days. I've been doing that a lot lately. Because I'm like, how do I film? But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Got my wild child. Welcome to the vlog. It's so nice out here. It's actually hot. It's probably like 70 something. I spent $375. I said I just spent $375 in there.
Pennies?
No dollars.
No.
You won't believe what I bought.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Things. Do you want to eat first or go where?
Let's eat first.
Tell me.
We're gonna eat at Fuji's.
This is what I got. And
Yeah?
I also got something else that I'm going to bring and meet my new friend.
Wow. Wow.
The name is Claw.
Claw.
Claw. That's her name.
Claudine?
Yeah, Claudine.
Claudine Wolf. Claudine Rabbit.
A claw
You should
rabbit.
name her Hop.
Oh yeah, Hop.
Because she's so hoppy.
She hops everywhere. Yeah, good job, Mom. Yeah, some mushrooms. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That makes you so much in. Right. Thank you.
Some of these. I know you can eat them all.
Yeah, I look good.
Hang on, spill some. You want some of my rice?
Well,
Like this charges now. Apparently she dropped them. I heard she dropped the charges. Wow. For like that picture. Yeah. You know, I bet he did what he did though.
No, he did do it, yeah.
It's like tranquility or regularity.
Got close and never would.
I feel like the only reason the girl dropped it, she didn't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah, what he dropped it.
Neither had to use my teeth. You want to use it?
Yeah.
read your fortune.
Dang, everyone liked the video.
Yeah, that's right.
Start selling it.
Read your fortune.
You had a order from a long time ago.
It's your fortune.
Get all that.
Got our Dollar Tree bags.
And I got a shovel. I got a shovel.
What are you gonna do with your shovel?
Dig out worms.
Dig worms. Hello, everybody. So, welcome to the vlog. Downstairs. It just totally. Tell me if you guys have ever done this before. Like you are on your knees and there's something and you like totally kneel on it and oh my gosh, you're gonna die. That's what just happened to me. Like, I put my knee with all my weight on a pair of pliers. Not fun. But I'm downstairs. I'm gonna work. I'm like probably gonna work on orders, and then also work a little bit on my new business because it is work. Because it does involve crafting. So, but right now I thrifted this because I absolutely love it. It says love brightens any day, and it's just like a made in Brazil, like a coaster, like a ceramic coaster. And I have all of these plate hooks that I bought, so I just went and grabbed the wire cutters to make this one smaller, so hopefully it will fit this so I can hang it somewhere on my wall, on my decorative. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. Is that? I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. First of all, I have to make sure that my fingers will be, yep, springy enough. But how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope it's warming up where you guys, wherever you guys are at. It's been pretty nice here the past few like days, but it has been windy and cold. But as far as, let me make sure. Okay. Like as far as like temperature wise, today was like the first warmer day in probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. The day I made chicken and dumplings, that day was cold. So was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. It was like windy and just cold. This is actually, I don't know if these were 2 pieces that actually went together. Like these plate hanger things. I don't know if these 2, like this was the actual top and the bottom of a plate of one that went together. I just found some springs in the box. So if you don't know, I thrifted an entire box of plate hangers because yeah, I needed some. And so, I'm trying to get my spring in here. Okay, so you go this, Pam, I don't think. Actually, this might work. It might work, but I don't think this was how it was supposed to go. But I think it worked. It did work. Might help if we put it on the right way. Now we've got it upside down. Actually, it could work that way. But I think the other way works better. So we went to the Salvation Army today, and then we went to a Goodwill, and then we went out to eat. The plan was to go out to eat, so I can just hang it, and it will hang on my wall. So I've been trying to work my magic and get the wall to what I think I shared the picture of like my inspiration. I mean, obviously it's not going to be exactly like that wall, but just the idea of like having all the different shapes and like textures in pictures and such. So I've been working on, sorry, I've been working on that, and so then I thought this would be a nice little thing to add to my wall because I love the flowers, the butterfly, and love brightens any day. I thought it was a cute saying. But I don't know if you can tell, you'll see a lot of browns, and you know, some of the pictures came from Grandma's building, and so I've got a few more down here that I am totally in love with, but I haven't hung yet. So there's this one, which I don't know how old these are. So it's got some, but I mean, I could totally put, you know, glass in there, but those ones up there too have them. These two right here came from Grandma's stuff, and I don't, like, because we don't know the history of them, if, you know, they came from her, you know, her family's houses or whatever. But they are very old and antique frames, and I love that, and I love that they came from her stuff. So, you know, they were obviously special to her in some way, shape, or form because she had them. And so, yeah. And then I got all the rest of her picture frames, like not all of them, but there was a huge box of them, and Papa's like, just, you know, just take them. He was like, because, you know, he was just gonna donate them anyway. And, you know, a lot of them aren't, like, they're more of a decorative kind of picture frame. So I'm like, you know, I know somewhere somebody out there would probably love them just as much as she did. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. So I think a lot of them I'm just going to list in my Etsy, or not my Etsy, my eBay store. I call it a store, it's not a store. Not just my eBay site where I'm selling stuff. in a lot of my, I have mentioned this before that I had dabbled in selling stuff that I thrift that I think is magnificent, but necessarily like if I thrift it and then later on I'm like, ooh, like I have these canisters that are up here, like I love them, but I'm like, I can let them go and get something else, you know what I mean? It's like recycle. But anyway, so there was this one, friends that plant kindness gather love. I thought this was just cute. I thought about adding this over here somewhere, but I don't know. I don't think it'll actually match because everything's like brown and orange and like them older, like my old rooster and, you know, just older browns and such. But yeah, I think it's really cute. Maybe I need to do another wall, which I totally could do that wall over there. Dum, dum, dum. And I started going more and more on Pinterest. I used to Pinterest and then I stopped Pinteresting, and then Sterling's like, you need to go on Pinterest. I've got Pinterest for this and Pinterest for that, and I've got this and that, and she's got all these, and so she's been trying to teach me. But then, so yeah, I've been Pinteresting some cute stuff. And then there was these two frames, which one says Mom and Dad. No one but Mom and Dad. No one knows but Mom and Dad about the smiles and the tears we've shed. No one is willing and glad to share whatever we have of joy or care. None could understand the years have gone by, each little smile or smallest sigh, for the dearest hearts of this old earth are the hearts at home of golden worth. They are the treasures we've always had, and they're the hearts of Mom and Dad. Mother, God took the sunshine from the skies and made the love light in your eyes. From honeyed flowers, he took the dew and made your tears unselfish true. Upon a rock your faith he built, with angels' prayers your breath he filled, and with his love made yours divine, but best of all, he made you mine. So these are just in these frames. Again, grandma's stuff, big spender. Honestly, I think she was going from shops to more shops. Expensive. I think there was a picture of Evan when he, because Evan was always like, so we grow peaches, and so he was always out in the peach orchard, like working, picking peaches because they earn money. And so he was, I remember one summer he saved up all of his peach money and he bought a big TV for his room. So Evan was always like, the money maker, was always into making money, and I think there was a picture of him with all his money like fanned out, and I think that is why grandma got this frame, like she was going to put Evan in there. Some of these I remember because either I was with her or something, because we would go places and do stuff together. And this is just, grandma was into gardening and crafting and everything that I'm into, so she got this frame. I don't recall her ever buying this frame or whatever, but she had it. This frame I actually do recall. I believe she bought it from the store that I was the manager at. She just has, this is a picture from their 50th anniversary, I want to say, wedding anniversary. So maybe 50. Yeah. And then here is another frame. I think this is Nancy, which would be a cousin of the girls. And then there's just like best friends. $4.99 from Ross, so I just assumed she probably bought this to put pictures of like the kids or something. I don't know. Here's another one. This one I thought was just beautiful because it's got like grasshoppers, and they're like, so. And then this one came from the Dollar General. I think there was 2 of these. Yeah. This is good. I mean, they're okay, but not my favorite. This one I thought was very pretty with all the gardening stuff. And then there's this one, which I thought was another pretty one. It's a little shelf like. So Papa's like, just take them. He's like, I think I got them all in here. I'm like, okay. So anyway. So I'm going to go work. It is, what time is it? 7 something. Oh, it's 8:15. I'm gonna go work for like an hour or 2, if that. My bedtime is 10:30. I've been giving myself a bedtime, but I was just upstairs and I was editing a little bit, and then I'm like, you know, I might as well just go downstairs and do a little work. So I got my ribbon trims made, and so I think I just have to hot glue those and put the bows on them, so I'll probably get that done, and then I'll probably work on a couple. Let's see if I can get 2 of the shirts done, and then work on the other stuff I need to work on, which again I am not going to share. Maybe at a different time, maybe. I think I'll plug that in for a while. So it can smell good down here. It already smells like cinnamony, which this is my favorite. My camera cut off, but hopefully it got the part where I said this is my favorite potpourri. And this is what it smells like down here. Anyway, I'm going to go work. And yeah.
Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye guys.